If you are interested in what are the fastest vehicles in the game today, I'm going to tell you what are the fastest cars, bikes, planes, helicopters and much more, so you can get to know what vehicle is truly the fastest in every category. And there won't be any HSW cars since a lot of people play on PC and don't have access to HSW upgrades. If you are interested what is the fastest HSW car, it is the Classe Vigero ZX with top speed of 157.5 miles per hour. Now, without wasting any more time, let's get into the main video. And let's start with regular cars. Now, the fastest non-HSW car is the BF Wheel Custom, which can reach 137 miles per hour. It is quite a recent addition for the game to make your boring wheel into a hot rod. It is quite cool with tons of upgrade and customization options, but what it gets from looks it lacks in performance, since it is the fastest in a straight line, but give it a slight turn and it spins out. Personally, I think it is cool, but you just can't race it for its instability. If you want a fast car but with way better handling, Ocelot Pariah reaches 136 miles per hour, which is quite close to Wheel Custom's top speed, but you get way better driving experience since it is really fast car, but still can handle all the corners you throw at it without spinning out. It doesn't have as much upgrade options since it is quite an old car, but it still looks really clean and makes it so cool. Okay, you awake? I sadly can't talk about every vehicle since the video will be boring and too long, so here is the quick rundown of the top 10. Third place is Grotti Italy RSX 135 miles per hour. Fourth is Pfister 811 with 132 miles per hour. Fifth place, Grotti Italy GTO Stinger TT with 132 miles per hour and a long name. Sixth is Principal Devaste 8 with 131.75 miles per hour. Seventh is Lambadai Corsita with 131.31 miles per hour. Eighth, Overflow Entity MT, also quite a new car that has the potential to be the fastest, but it has some sort of soft limit on it. Ninth is Pegasi Torero XO with 131 miles per hour. This car looks really good and I made my second ever video on it. Don't watch it, it's really bad. And finally, in 10th is Bravado Banshee 900R with 131 miles per hour. And as you can see, all these cars from 4th to 10th place have a very slight difference in top speed, so it doesn't really matter which one you drive as long as you enjoy it. Now, what about bikes? Bikes are fun to drive around in and do tricks in. They are also faster than cars. Fastest is Western River at 163 miles per hour. Really good looking bike and also handles really well. If you do wheelie on this bike, you can launch yourself off any object, which adds to the fun factor. Second is Western Death Bike at 150 miles per hour, and it is arena war vehicle, which means you can jump it, have mines on it, and also add miniguns to it. It's quite cool, and if you have that backrest on it, nobody can shoot you from behind. Third is Oppressor Mark 1 at 140 miles per hour while boosted. Not many people still use it, but it is really fun just to fly about. To add to that, if you do your bunker research, you get access to homing rockets. Fourth and fifth place are the same bike, Maibatsu Mancha Scout at 137.75 miles per hour, which you can purchase on Warstock, or Maibatsu Mancha Scout at 137 miles per hour you get in Freak Shop and have it as a delivery bike. It's 0.75 miles per hour slower, but much more useful since you get it for free and can use it for delivery missions. It drives really well and has infinite wheelie, meaning you can drive around the whole map on one wheel. Sixth is Nagasaki BF400 at 137 miles per hour, fastest off-road bike. Seventh is Pegasi Bate 801 at 135 miles per hour. Eighth is Pegasi Bate 801 RR at 135 miles per hour, same top speed. Ninth is Shitsu Hakuko, I don't know how to say it, at 134 miles per hour, and 10th is Western Power Surge at 130 miles per hour. Okay, now that this is done, let's move on to a bit more interesting categories. If you want to drag race, it is only correct if you drag race in American muscle cars, so which one is the fastest? Of course, the fastest is still the Weevil Custom, since it is in muscle car category. But what about other cars? Second, third and fourth fastest muscle cars are all arena war vehicles. Just because I only have Imperator, I'm going to show footage of it. They are all fun cars because they have arena war vehicle upgrades, which means you can add jump boost, nitro boost, guns and other cool things to your cars. But they are only good on straight lines, since when turning, oftentimes they will just spin out, which is quite understandable for muscle cars. And the other bad thing about them, if you don't have a high arena war ranking, and nobody does since you have to play arena war games, you will have to pay a lot of money for those upgrades. I'm speaking of an upper hand of $5 to $6 million to have any of these cars fully upgraded, including the cost of the conversion to arena war car. Now, if you don't have that much money to spend but still want a fast muscle car, in 5th, 6th and 7th place are all cars with the same top speed of 125 miles per hour. First is Bravado Gauntlet Classic Custom, and it is one of Benny's cars and a real cool one at that. It dates back to old school stock car or NASCAR racing days, and also it is the car from Lightning McQueen. It is fast in straight line but not much at cornering. Other one is Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire, which with all the upgrades looks most like a drag ready car, and also the upgrades are really cool. And the last of these three cars is the Classe Vigero ZX, which is the newest car of the bunch, and if you play on console, it is the fastest car in the game with HSW upgrade. Now on to another category. If you like classic GDM cars, or at least the ones that are from that era, or new cars from that era, you probably like LS Tuners cars. So which is the fastest? Fastest is Dinka Yester RR with top speed of 125 miles per hour. It is quite newer one if you look at the car's age, but in this game it at least looks really good, and like all LS Tuners cars, it has tons of upgrades so you can make it the way you want. It has great handling, so it's quite fun to drive around it. Now in second place we have Fister Comet S2 with top speed of 123 miles per hour. This is one of my favorites since it looks really nice and drives nicely as well. It is rear wheel drive, so if you are not careful you will spin out. If you still want a fast Porsche with all wheel drive so you don't spin out all the time, Fister Growler might be for you. With top speed of 121.5 miles per hour, it is very manageable and also fun to drive. It is fast and nimble with not many flaws. I say that because there is some sort of bug where even if you have window tint, the back window doesn't tint, so that's a bit annoying if you care about aesthetics. Other vehicles you might be interested in are Benny's cars, since they are quite unique and have a lot of upgrades. This category is going to be long, so bear with me, I will try to be quick. So another category where the fastest vehicle in this game goes in again is the same BF Vivo. Don't need to talk about it again, so let's move on. Second place is Bravado Banshee 900R at 131 miles per hour, which is the top 10 fastest car, but this one has so many upgrades that I even have 2 of them. Fun fact, this car has one of the widest tires in the game and it handles really well. Third place is Progen Italy GTB Custom. At 130 miles per hour, it is the car that Dr. J drives at the end of Dr. J contract that you can do in your agency. It is also quite small when parked next to other cars. Fourth is Obey 10F Widebody at 128 miles per hour. Quite new car and also highly anticipated, and for all the right reasons. Since it looks really cool, it is rear wheel drive but drives like it's an all wheel drive car. Okay, now let's ramp it up a bit. Fifth is Sentinel Classic at 127.25 miles per hour, nice BMW. Sixth is Nero Custom 177.25 miles per hour, Track's uglier brother. Seventh is Bravado Gauntlet Classic Custom at 125.5 miles per hour, already talked about this one. Now sharing 8th, 9th and 10th place is Pfister Comet Retro Custom at 121 miles per hour, really cool Porsche, Ducati Spectre Custom, fun sports car, and the Classe Sabre Turbo Custom, fastest lowrider. You can check more about lowriders on my other video. Arena war vehicles are really fun but also fast. They can cost upwards of $5 to $6 million, but with that you will get upgrades like jump boost machine guns, spikes, mines, nitrous kits, shunt boost, and a lot of cool aesthetic upgrades. With that nitrous boost you get additional top speed, so that makes them way faster than they actually are. Fastest is ZR380 at 140 miles per hour. If you choose Future Shock variant, you will get bulletproof front glass. Second is Imperator at 132 miles per hour. Third is Dominator at 131 miles per hour. Fourth is Impaler at 130 miles per hour. And fifth is Issy at 124 miles per hour. Now that we are all done with cars, let's look at other categories. There are quite a few vehicles with rocket boosters, so which one is the fastest? To no surprise, the Batmobile itself, the Vigilante, is the fastest with a speed of 115 miles per hour without boost and 147 miles per hour using booster. I always forget to buy this car when I have money, so there will be just pictures of it for this one. Sorry about that, it looks cool though. In second, it is the Scramjet with speed of 123 miles per hour without boost and 144 miles per hour with boost. Honestly, probably the most fun vehicle in the game. It has features like jumping and homing launchers which track your enemy with almost 100% accuracy, so I highly recommend you get this vehicle even though it's not the fastest. And third, again, Oppressor Mark I with 115 miles per hour while not boosted and 140 miles per hour while boosted. In fourth place we have Toreador, which is a submersible which actually can go underwater with speed of 123 miles per hour without boost and 135 miles per hour with boost on land. Can go underwater, and its underwater speed will be in submarine category. It has really good homing missiles, and also the boost makes it a lot of fun to go around in the city. Fifth place is Rocket Baltic, 106 miles per hour without boost and 124 miles per hour with boost. Personally, I think it is quite outdated compared to other cars I mentioned before, but it was the first car with boost to come out in this game. In sixth place we have the Griefer Mobile itself, or Oppressor Mark II, with speed of 127 miles per hour flying or 129 miles per hour in hover mode. The boost only adds acceleration. Probably everyone knows what this vehicle is, so no need to talk about it. Now onto the flying cars or flying car, since there is only the Deluxo, but I still wanted to mention it since it can drive, fly and hover, and all these modes have different top speeds. Deluxo can reach 127 miles per hour driving on ground, 80 80 miles per hour flying and 90 miles per hour while in hover mode with wings retracted. It is fun to drive around, handles pretty nicely, and that instant conversion to flying mode is a cherry on top. Now speaking about flying vehicles, let's talk about the planes in this game. Fastest plane is also the newest one. It is the Mammoth F-160 Raiju.
Allow me to introduce the Raiju.
With top speed of 232 miles per hour. It has all the good stuff like rockets, machine guns, but also it has stealth mode, and when activated, other people won't be able to see your location. So in hard times, you can hide from those pesky griefers. Also it has VTOL mode, which means you can take off vertically. In second, it is Buckingham Pyro with speed of 222 miles per hour. Fun fact, this plane is also a two-seater, so you can enjoy flying at the speed with your buddy. But note that it is quite hard to fly in combat scenario, so just know that if you want to go into PvP with it, it's not going to be easy. Third place is Western Company Rogue, a top speed of 219 miles per hour. It is also a two-seater, and unlike the Pyro, it has more toys to play with, like bombs and explosive machine gun. Fourth is the Mammoth Hydra at 209 miles per hour. Probably the plane that a lot of people like since it has VTOL mode and it's been in the game since the start. It is quite rare that it is faster than LaserJet, but these are the stats. In fifth, it is the V65 Molotov at 207 miles per hour. And I can say if you are thinking of buying a jet, buy this one, since it is the easiest to fly. You can take off easily from anywhere and land anywhere without any issues. It is also quite durable, so if you hit a tree, no problem. It still has homing missiles, but doesn't have explosive machine guns, rather has a regular machine gun. Now, if you are of a friendlier type, the top two fastest civilian planes are Western Company Seabreeze with top speed of 191 miles per hour, fun little plane which can also land on water. And it is also faster than B-11 Strike Force, which has top speed of 163 miles per hour. And second fastest is Western Company Besra at 189 miles per hour. It is quite weird that it is not faster than Seabreeze, but it is also quite small, but still a fun plane. Now, helicopters are probably the most useful vehicles out of the bunch. Fastest is the Sparrow at 168 miles per hour, and it is probably the most useful since you can spawn it right next to you from your interaction menu. But you will need a Kosatka submarine to buy this helicopter. It is also quite nimble and has countermeasures and homing missiles to defend yourself. Second fastest is Buckingham Volatus at 161 miles per hour. It is a civilian plane and quite unique looking one. Third is Conada at 158 miles per hour, and this is a disappointing helicopter with not much upgrades, and the rear doors don't even close. It is based off an actual cool real helicopter which uses fan rather than rotor blades on the rear, but it doesn't show the cool factor of this helicopter since they didn't add much detail to it. And if you want the new weaponized version of this plane, you have to buy completely new helicopter for a lot of money, and I heard it's not even good. Now you know what's good, spending 5 million on a helicopter. Fourth fastest is Fifth Deluxe at 157 miles per hour, which doesn't have anything different from the regular Swift, and it is just 1 mile per hour faster than the regular one. But you can't flex flying around in the regular Swift. In this far more expensive option, you can. Now in fifth is actual weaponized helicopter you should buy. It is Akula. With top speed of 157 miles per hour, it is great. It has bombs, homing missiles, machine guns, and also the stealth mode to hide from other players. It is quite nimble, so a really good helicopter. But maybe air combat doesn't interest you. You like ground combat mode. These are tanks that are really good for ground combat. Fastest is HVI APC tank, 63 miles per hour, but in order to access the main gun, you will have to switch to passenger seat while standing still. But if you have a buddy, you can be an unstoppable duo on ground and even water, since it is an amphibious tank. Second fastest is Kanjali tank at 42 miles per hour, much slower than the APC, but it has tracks. What do you expect? It has the main gun for the driver to use together with mines. But passengers have also something to do. Your front passenger gets a machine gun, while the two passengers in the back get a grenade launcher. And third or slowest tank is Rhino tank at 40 40 miles per hour. It is not much slower than Kanjali, but it has only the main gun and it has half the armor that Kanjali has, withstanding only 4 homing missiles where Kanjali tank withstands 8. Now what about water vehicles like boats and submarines? I'm going to mention few of the most used and fastest boats together with the ones that have weapons, because there are too many to mention them all, and also nobody really cares about them. Fastest by a long shot is the Longfin with 122 miles per hour. You get this boat if you decide to do Cayo Perico heist with it, and rightly so, because it is almost twice as fast as the second place boat. Longfin is fun since it is really fast, but as all the boats, it doesn't have any upgrade options, so it's not worth buying. Second is Pegasi Speeder with 68 miles per hour top speed, and you can put this boat with any other boats because it has similar top speed as all the other boats. Now boats you might use, I'm not gonna tell the full name of this jet ski, you might see why. It's Seashark. It has the top speed of 67 miles per hour. Dinka Marquis top speed is 26 miles per hour, and weaponized boats, Nagasaki weaponized dinghy and a regular with the same top speed of 71 miles per hour. And Kurtz 31 patrol boat, 36 miles per hour. It has more weapons than Dinghy. Okay, let's get to the submarines that are actually interesting. There are quite a few of them. They are all very different. Toreador is the fastest at 51 miles per hour with boost underwater. You also get access to torpedoes while you are underwater, so it is quite cool. And with the boost, it is quite enjoyable to swim around. Also, you have the ability to jump out of the water like a dolphin with it. Really cool. In second, surprisingly, it is the Kosatka submarine with 41 miles per hour top speed. It is awesome and has ton of cool stuff inside. I did a video on coolest vehicles and it's in it if you want more information about. Third place is Kraken Submersibles Kraken. At 20 miles per hour, it is the free submarine you can get at DocT's website. Fourth is Submersible at 19 miles per hour. It can be owned, but it usually spawns near dock areas, so you can grab it there. Fifth and also the slowest is Kraken Submersibles Avisa. At 16 miles per hour, it is really expensive and you need Kosatkas to store it in. I bought it because it looked cool and had 4 seats, but guess what else has 4 seats? The Toreador. And it is way faster and more fun than this Avisa submarine. So if you don't want it for looks, just don't bother buying it. Thanks a lot to GTA Base, Dexerto, GTA.fandom, GTA Wiki and What If Gaming for all the information on these vehicles' top speed. I will leave all the links in the description down below. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. This video took really long to create and gather all the information necessary for accurate information. Thanks for watching, and I will see you lovely people in the next one. Have a wonderful day.